Well, there are two ways of thinking, at least, about what a world power is. One is what sort of resources it has to hand and can mobilize if it wishes to, in terms of economic power, and just in terms of the size of the economy. Europe has the world's largest economy. It's able to direct that economy to some degree through trade agreements. But the other component of power is the self-awareness that allows you to mobilize that power towards ends that you choose, and at a minimum, the ends of serving your own very basic interests and goals. And what I find lacking, or at least from an American perspective seems to be lacking, is any clear sense of a self-consciousness that would allow you to mobilize that economic power, turn it into military power if necessary, in order to exercise some influence on the world order. Because the world order is more than just economic relations and exchanges. It's also, and it's more than just the rules of international trade or international peace. It's also a balance of power among various nations, and in Europe's case, continents that have ends and are adversaries. And it's important to distinguish between adversaries and enemies. Europe has adversaries in the way that someone who plays tennis has adversaries. And in order to meet the challenge and win in various games, you need a sense of what you want. And what seems lacking from an outside perspective is an articulation of that. That's also an articulation to the European public so that they can express themselves and, in a sense, then legitimize the exercise of that power on the international scene. And from the outside, that seems not to exist. What's striking now, just within the past 6 months or so, is that the challenge of actually having an adversary now in Russia provides an opportunity, finally, for the EU, and not just the major powers, Germany and France, and Britain's been silent for domestic reasons, to articulate a vision to Europeans that explains what Europe itself as a whole wants in relation to Russia and how it will meet the challenge.